This is episode 147 of Becoming You Again, and I am your host, Karen Nelson. Welcome to Becoming You Again, the podcast to help you with your mental and emotional well-being during and after divorce. This is where you learn to overcome the grief and trauma of your divorce. We're going to do that by reconnecting with yourself, creating lasting emotional resilience, and living a truly independent life so that your life can be even better than when you were married. I'm your host, Karen Nelson. Welcome back to the podcast, my lovely ladies. I am so happy that you're here. I know I say that every week, but it's totally true. I am so happy that you're here. I'm happy that I'm here. How is everything going? Are you having a good new year? How is 2024 going for you? I would love to hear. Come over and drop me a message on Instagram if you want, at Karen Nelson Coaching. I love to hear from my audience and see how everything's going. Speaking of hearing from my audience, if you haven't rated the podcast yet, I would love your help. First of all, it makes me super happy when I find that a new rating has come in. And of course, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can even leave a review, like actually write words about what you like about the podcast, what it's done for you, if it's helped you. All of those are amazing, and I would love that. And so take 1 second. It literally takes just not even that long. If you're listening to the podcast on your phone, you just either tap I think it's a star or a heart or something on Spotify. You can tell I don't listen on Spotify, so that's not much help for you. But if you're on Apple Podcasts, you just kind of scroll to the bottom and it's at the very bottom and you just tap the stars and there you go. It's that easy. All right, so let's jump into what today's podcast is. Today, I am actually giving you a little bit of an insider's look at the intro to my divorce course that will be coming out in a few months. You guys, this is something that I have been working on and off over the past year. It has taken me longer than I thought it was going to, but only because I really wanted to make sure that I put everything in this course that I think is the most useful, helpful information that you need as you are going through your divorce, as you are trying to heal yourself from your divorce. And the thing that I identified from so many clients and so many people who I have had the amazing opportunity to speak with over the past year and a half is that women feel stuck when they are faced with a divorce, whether it's their choice to ask for the divorce, to file for divorce, or whether the choice was forced upon them. And so that is kind of the perspective of how I have created this course, by helping yourself to feel unstuck. But everything that I have written and have put into and have created in this course are the things that I have learned from my own journey, from my clients' journeys, and from my own healing and my clients' healing. And it's really all just about the pathway and how to apply that to your own life. And the important things that we all need to create healing, feel unstuck, feel connected to ourselves, feel connected to our new life, and how to do that in a way that reconnects you to you, which I think is the most important thing. So I'm just going to jump right into this intro just to kind of give you a little taste of what will be happening in this course and to hopefully get you kind of excited for it to be coming out. Again, it's coming out in a few months. And I'm very excited. I hope you're excited and it's something that you are looking forward to. So here we go. Here is the intro to my divorce course. When faced with a divorce, whether it's your choice or a decision that was given to you, it's often a scary prospect. For example, if it was your choice and the divorce is something that you asked for, maybe it's something that you've been thinking about for a long time, years even, but it just hasn't been something that you have been able to follow through with because there are so many things happening at once. You might feel scared about the divorce being the wrong decision and what this divorce will mean for your future. You might be terrified of what this is going to do to your kids and the fact that you're not going to be able to see your kids as often as you do now. You are probably afraid of being alone, especially if being alone isn't something that you have dealt with for many years. You're most likely out of touch with your baseline intuition that makes it much easier for you to make the best decisions for you. You probably have massive amounts of guilt that are swirling around this decision and what it means about you, what it means about your soon-to-be ex, what it means about your kids, what it means about your future, and so much more. And let's talk about the grief. There's no doubt that you have grief about what you thought your life would look like, grief about not being with your partner any longer, grief over the loss of your relationship, over the loss of a possible friendship with your ex, grief over what this is doing to your kids, grief over the past, the present, and the future. And this grief seems ever present. It's like a storm cloud that will not clear. And then on the flip side, if you were the one who was left, you feel all of those things, the fear, the uncertainty, the grief, guilt over possibly not having been enough. And then you also feel betrayed and you feel rejected. And many times there is an underlying feeling that you have no choice, you have no control over what is happening, and there's just nothing you can do about it. What all of this really boils down to in either scenario is you feel stuck. You feel stuck because your mind, your body, and your intuition are completely out of alignment. And when these three essential parts of you are out of alignment, everything feels harder. Everything feels scarier. Indecision is prevalent. Triggers take longer to recover from. And the emotional roller coaster is almost unbearable. You feel stuck. You feel incapable of letting go of the past. You feel incapable of moving toward a bright new future. And you feel incredibly unhappy with the life that you have right now. So how do you change from feeling stuck to feeling unstuck and free to where you actually like the life you are living, to where you actually feel like your life is full of purpose and you are thriving? You do this by following a 4-step process to help you reconnect your brain, your body, and your intuition. Once you learn these 4 steps and you tap into your intuitive self-trust, you will feel so connected to yourself and have a deepened sense of self. You will no longer feel stuck because you finally have that inner knowing as your guide. When you feel stuck, your mind, your nervous system, or as I like to call it, your body, and your intuition, or in other words, your gut feeling, they are all kind of doing their own things, which creates a lot of distrust with yourself, a lot of distrust with your decisions and wishy-washy decisions and going back and forth. There's a lot of discomfort about where you are in your life. There's uncertainty about who you are, and there's a definite inability to move forward. When your mind, your body, and your intuition are out of alignment, making decisions seems very scary. And so instead of making decisions that are going to move us forward, we do nothing. And it keeps us feeling stuck. It keeps us feeling incapable of knowing how to get unstuck. In this course, you are going to learn to change that. You are going to learn what it takes to tap into those parts of you, reconnecting your brain, your body, and your intuition, so you can finally break free from feeling stuck about the divorce and find freedom on the other side. All right, my friends, I hope that intro seems exciting to you. I know it's definitely exciting to me, and let me tell you, that is literally just the tip of the iceberg. I break down what those 4 steps are, how to tap into reconnecting your brain, your body, and your intuition, how to know when you've tapped into it. I go through how to create emotional safety. I go through the importance of feeling emotions, how to process through emotions, how to allow those emotions. I talk about breaking down core beliefs so that you can decide what is true and right for you. And then I teach you how to live into the new experience that you are having in this new life and creating the best, most amazing life for yourself, and so much more. So I hope that you're excited about this. I am so excited to put this out for you. Again, it's going to come out in a few months. I don't have a date yet because it's not quite finished, but I promise you it's in the works. I'm excited, and I truly hope that this gets you excited for more. I love you all. I know that what you're going through is tough. I've been there. I've done it. And I also know that you can do this. You can get through your divorce and be stronger on the other side. You can get through your divorce feeling more connected to yourself than you ever have in your entire life. And that, my friend, is a beautiful thing. You deserve it. You are worth it. I love you. I will talk to you next week. Hi, friend. I'm so glad you're here, and thanks for listening. I wanted to let you know that if you're wanting more, a way to make deeper, more lasting change, then working one-on-one with me as your coach may be exactly what you need. Together, we'll take everything you're learning in the podcast and implement it in your life with weekly coaching, real-life practice, and practical guidance. To learn more about how to work with me one-on-one, go to KarenNelsonCoaching.com. That's www.KarenNelsonCoaching.com. Thanks for listening. If this podcast agreed with you in any way, please take a minute to follow and give me a rating wherever you listen to podcasts. And for more details about how I can help you live an even better life than when you were married, make sure and check out the full show notes by clicking the link in the description.